Hi everyone and welcome to the All Things ITSM Global Podcast. We're coming to you from BMC Engage in Las Vegas. I'm Kirsty McGowan, I'm here with Carlos Casanova.
Hello, Kirsty.
And we're talking to Gur Steif from BMC. Welcome,
Hello.
Gur.
Thank you.
Hello,
Great
Gur.
to be here.
So, we're wrapping up the last day of the conference. There's still some stuff obviously going on tomorrow. A lot of you guys are around. I'm sure you're exhausted. Not only the journey to get to this point with all the work that's been going on, but talk a little bit. You're in the workload automation space. Tell me a little bit about how this is part of this journey and how maybe you're pushing a little bit of the journey and the journey's pushing a little bit of you. Speak to that a little bit.
Absolutely. So, workload automation is all about taking business processes that could span multiple systems and platforms and automating them, allowing business to run in a much more efficient way by tying it. It could go mobile to cloud to mainframe. So if you think about it, almost any process, and it could be the process that it takes for Starbucks to get coffee in the store, it could be the process that Dell uses to manufacture desktop and laptop computers. It could be the process that meteorological services use to track wave and wind direction so that they know where to send a helicopter if somebody falls overboard. All those business processes need to be automated, and workload automation does that. This event was fantastic, and tired as anybody may be, the energy here is so great that it's just awesome to have conversations with all those people, and it just keeps you going and going and going. I'm sure I'm going to crash when I go home, but it's been a fantastic event.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. He's like, in some of these events, and obviously everybody kind of comes together, and everybody goes, these days on airlines, through the hubs. So you get on the plane, and on the way in, you see the 5-10 people that they're all going to that conference. On the way out, you see everybody just crashed over. On the way out, you get 20 people. It's like, oh, you were just at the conference. Like, yeah, it's like I'm done. You're just mentally exhausted from those conversations. But at the same time, the stimulation of having the conversation, getting excited about, wow, this was a lot of work. But seeing, especially in your case, in all of your colleagues' cases, seeing these customers, doing amazing things, that's got to be incredible.
Absolutely, and what makes this time so exciting is, if you think about it, traditionally, IT was used to drive efficiencies in process that was all about, it's a manual process, or people do it, and I can do it instead of pencil and paper, I can do it with computers and save money.
Right.
Now, companies are realizing that they can use information technology to drive revenue growth.
Right.
All those big data projects, right, that are all designed to get people like you and I to spend more money. They're designed to get to spend, they're designed to have me spend more money, and mind you, some of my customers, who I'm also a customer of, do a fantastic job in getting
my money. Right.
Yeah. So it's projects like big data projects, brand new mobile apps, brand new business models, and workload automation is at the forefront of all of that, because you have to make sure that all those things somehow get tied together. And the conversations we've had with customers here have just been fantastic. There's this thing that, Gartner calls this bimodal IT, McKinsey calls this two-speed IT, but it's the context or the concept that we have the traditional operations group, or the traditional IT that is very concerned with stability and with reliability and with driving efficiencies and cost reduction. But at the same time, the business that wants to drive revenue growth is concerned with agility. How can we do things faster?
Yep.
Right.
One of the things with workload automation, with Control M, that we were able to do is we were able to create innovative solutions that allow our customers to do both. Allow our customers to effectively have the mode 2 and mode 1, or the high speed and low speed, or the innovation people and the industrial people, to collaborate better, to automate and to accelerate application rollout. So that we can have a conversation today with a customer, and customers' reception to this has been fantastic. It talks about, it's not, you don't have to pick whether you want to go fast or you want to have high availability. You can do both. You can make sure that you could roll those applications and get better time to value, but at the same time have the availability, stability, scalability, and cost efficiencies that you'd like. And so this has been fantastic. The customer reception has been great. It's been a great event for us.
Yeah, it's funny because you just mentioned something. You were talking about mode 1, mode 2, and it reminds me of Rob. Right?
Yeah.
It's multi-speed.
Yes.
He kind of coined that a few years ago, where it's certain departments, certain lines of business, they want to go at speed 1,
Yep.
others at speed 2, at different times of the year.
Yeah.
Maybe it's reversed. So it sounds like what you're saying is, your efforts are enabling the organizations to basically pick and choose what speed they need to or want to go at those particular times that make the most sense.
Correct. And do that with one tool. I mean, the challenge is that it's very easy for a company to go and say, or for the mode 2 people, for the mode 1 people to go say, we're going to pick this tool because it caters really well to a mode 1 type of operation. Where the mode 2 people say, we're going to pick that tool because it caters really well to a different type of operation.
Right.
But then, if you look at it from the top line, it's not very effective because you end up with multiple tools and they don't work together. And if you want to collaborate, you can't. With Control M, with Workload Automation from BMC, customers are able to do both speeds or multi-speed with the same tool. So whether you want to work mode 1 or mode 2 or mode 1.7, customers can do that and use one tool which again facilitates the collaboration and acceleration in a much more efficient way.
I think the buzz I've really been enjoying around the conference is that whole thing of your customer being in the centre of things, being what we're all here for. And I think 5 years ago in IT we didn't realise that.
I don't think we mentioned customer
I don't think we knew who our customer. We didn't know what a customer was, but now everything seems to be converging on that customer in the middle and actually understanding them and making sure we're delivering to them where they want it to be delivered, how. And that's been a really exciting buzz around the conference.
Customers have choices, right? And whether it's the internal customers for the IT organization, which are the business people, or whether it's the external customers, which are the people who we all rely on to actually spend money with the business so that they can spend money on IT, they have choices and they're much more educated. So part of it is that any business person today can go to Best Buy and say, I can buy a terabyte of storage and it costs $100. Yeah. And when I go to my IT organization, it's 2 or 3 order of magnitude more expensive. Now, there's a good reason for that.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
The terabyte you get from IT comes with high availability, it comes with backup, it comes with monitoring, it comes with performance guarantees. There's reasons for that, but it's sometimes difficult for the business person to understand why am I paying so much for that when I can buy it for $100. So if you think that it's difficult for the business person to understand why IT moves slowly, just imagine how difficult it is for the end customer, for the end user, to understand why can't I do this? I mean, this company is doing that. So that drives this need to respond ever faster with tremendous focus on the customer. And the reality is that any business can drive just a few percentage points of efficiency of doing things a little bit faster. An airline that can fill seats just 2% more than any other airline is going to make major profit. A retailer that can get you to spend 2% more than any other retailer is going to make major profit.
Yeah, just those incremental improvements.
Those small incremental improvements, which is why you see rapid explosion of people trying to use mobile devices to get you to spend more, big data projects, all those things. And what we at BMC do and what we do with Workload Automation or Control M is help companies do that more efficiently and faster, right? Again, allowing mode 1 and mode 2 to work, collaborate better together, and that customer response has been fantastic. This event has been fantastic, and we are super excited about the future. And yes, I will crash when I get back home. But for now, the
I think we all will.
Unbelievable.
So can you I guess speak a little bit more to some of those, and you don't have to mention who they are, but some of the examples of some of the customers and what they're doing. How are they exercising that? And there's tons of you guys have obviously a lot of customers. So what are some of the examples that they're coming to you, and I'm sure they, again, lots of stories today.
So one of the example Bob mentioned at the keynote is one of the largest retailers in the country that is basically used Control M to allow their developers to roll out changes to production very fast. And so they can make changes now in production, so that if somebody wants to buy something on the website or they want to roll some new kind of A/B testing to see what's more efficient and then go, well, that works, we want to roll that, they can do that now in minutes. This used to be processes that took them 3 weeks at the minimum. They can do that now in minutes. That helps them drive top-line growth, that helps them be much more customer responsive. One of, if not the most famous, sports camera maker, right? Every time you plug your camera to your desktop application, they collect a tremendous amount of information about how you use the camera, how you're using the application, what's in the video, and they churn all that into a big data engine that's actually running on the Amazon cloud, right? So they have Control M deployed on the Amazon cloud, automating all their big data environment. But they use this to make a better product all the time, so that at any given point in time, they have a one-to-one focus group with each and every one of their customers to understand exactly how to use the product, what's working for them, what's not working for them. And at any given point in time, they can try and also figure out which video is going to get viral before it gets viral.
Right.
So their ability to translate and analyze all those things, and those are just two examples, but there are so many customers in so many industries, and I deliberately tried to not use a financial services example, because those are always there.
They're always there.
Right? So I deliberately tried to avoid those, but obviously I could go and rattle off dozens of those as well.
Well, it's been a great pleasure chatting with you this
Awesome.
afternoon, and it has been a great event. We've enjoyed being here. We've had some fantastic conversations. So.
Fantastic. I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.